Hey there everyone, it's Val, and welcome back to Shroud of the Avatar, The Labors of Valentine. That gets me every time. Alright, let me rearrange my desktop a little bit. Going to try to have the mini-map running here, except when it decides to crash. Hang on just a second here. It does have that problem. It is in only version, 0.211 or something like that. And it will get more stable. If it gets too annoying, I'll only turn it on when I need it. But I'm going to try to run it. We'll see how it goes. And it looks like it has forgotten about it. I have no idea what it's... It doesn't think it's showing anything there. Now, if I have to do this every time, that's going to be annoying. There we go. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Give it a shot. If it keeps crashing, then I'll change my mind. For now, till the next version comes along. Right, so I realized that I had set up the place here a little bit, and I hadn't shown you what it did, or what I'd done, rather. What it did was look nice and give me a place to live. So these are two of the boxes that I got from my pledge, which was the Artisan Box of Plenty. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. It's supposed to give me 1 reagent a week. And when I first put it down, I double-clicked on it, and I got a serpent scale, so... And this replenishes once a year around the holidays. So I'm not sure when they consider the holidays beginning, but just in case, I got the 50 snowballs from it. So we can have a snowball fight with someone. And I just realized I forgot to do my beginning of the day things. So let's go ahead and do that, and I apologize for the fact that I didn't do it while I was starting up. Normally I do. But I was, well, actually it's happening a lot lately. Been distracted by real life at inopportune moments, i.e. when I'm about to start streaming. And so I keep forgetting things. There we go. That should do the trick. Almost. Right. I haven't done anything with the basement yet. I still don't know what's up with this here, but I'm assuming it's the tree causing issues. I did set up a bedroom over here. Once the foliage has been hacked back, we'll see about doing something a little more bedroomy. But for now, at least it gives me a nice place to sleep. I mean, I do like trees. I don't like waking up with them up my nostrils, however. And, yeah. And one of those bedrolls that we accidentally acquired yesterday, I put out here. I was going to put it up here, but I wasn't able to get up here. Let's see if it's working now. No, it's still not. So I'm not sure if that's related to the trees or what's going on. I wanted to put it up there. That was a lovely place, because, I mean, with all the edges, well, I guess you could fall off if you tried down the ladder. But anyway, beginning of my sort of little camping out spot there. We'll see. I might end up needing to use that for growing stuff. Just depends on how much we need. Now, I have noticed that when you put down the growing beds, they say growth factor 1.0 when you're outside. I haven't tested this yet, but my assumption is that if you go inside and you say put that in the house or in the basement, it'll have a different growth factor, probably something like 0.25 or even lower. Because I have heard that you can grow things inside, it's just a lot slower. I don't know what I'm going to put here yet, but I did put out those 2 pots that I bought a while back. I managed to purchase 1 more growing bed to go around the house. And over here, I have my next set of tests going. This one you can't even see. I just got a lettuce plant. Anyway, we got 6 different plants growing here. So we'll see how those tests go. Now, I would love to put a growing bed along this side too, but it doesn't seem to have enough room, not even over in this section here. So I'm not sure what's up with that. I don't know if it's the house has been shifted over a little bit on the lot. Because I do remember reading in the forums that people had fences and stuff that they had been able to place before, but then the houses all moved over like a couple of millimeters, which kind of wrecked everything. And I'm wondering if that applies to all the houses in general, because if it does, it explains why I can put beds on that side, but even though it looks like I ought to be able to, I can't on this side. Now this tree, of course, is another matter. That would be blocking it anyway, and I'd have to work around that. But so I'm kind of losing one side of the house here, which is a shame for growing. But that will do. I realized after I ended yesterday's stream that I forgot to read today the book for that stream. So that's part of the reason I decided to start here in my nice holiday outfit. I'm not going to be wearing it much in the month of November, but I needed something lovely to wear to read a book, so here we go. And actually, I want to show you one thing before I read the book. I was mucking about with the social here the other day, off camera, and I discovered you can actually put notes on people. So I have gone ahead and on the people on my friends list, I have put notes. And Kiba, hello, welcome to the stream. All shared, thank you very much. And hosted, I also appreciate that. Kiba is hosting me on Beam and Twitch, which I greatly appreciate. And how is my day? Not too bad so far, not too bad. How about yourself? Alright, so anyway, what you do is you just right click and you can say view edit note. Be careful where you click, you can accidentally block somebody. And I accidentally did that and I had to first unblock them and then I had to refriend them. So just a note, if you block someone, it removes them from your friend list, whether it's an accident or not. To me, the block should be down here just above the report player, but that's me. It's not alphabetical either. I guess they figure you'd be more likely to block someone than to view or edit a note. I don't know. So anyway, you just click on that and it brings up a little thing that you can enter. And you have 128 characters to play with. So like I said, I've gone ahead and you can see that I've added comments to the various people. I do want to explain this one for Nick. I say that he's deathly afraid of pliers because I think it was the very first day I met him, just before we parted ways, he swore that I had a pair of pliers in my hand, and he got all very nervous and shifty-eyed, and he left. So, I think he's afraid of them. Now, I wasn't holding a pair of pliers, but what I'm wondering is if there was some kind of view glitch, and he was seeing into the past, and seeing me hold one of these tools. Like possibly my smelting tongs, for example? I don't know. It was very strange. Very strange. But ever since then, he's been all nervous around me, so it's totally unwarranted, I assure you. I have never, ever gone after anybody with pliers. But despite my assurances, Nick is still nervous. And then, of course, there's Putzaroo, who is one of my Patreon patrons. And yes, he does a mean belly dance. Alright. In fact, before I read today's book, I am going to read a poem. It was written by Nick about me. And I think the pliers come into it, but judge for yourself. Oh, wait. I have to make sure we got the appropriate accoutrements for this. Where is Samulet? Oh, okay, so now I gotta sit down again. There we go. There's Sammy. Right. Ahem, the poem. That Tooth Fairy by Nick Cold. A distant time with a cistern plan, a fairy descended upon Novian lands. Glitter wings and fluttering blinks. Wait, is that venom dripping on her lint? Upon the glory of Gaia's soul, goodness written on her kindly brow, all bright and whole the story unfold. Why that glee at the passing shadow? A seamless cat, a seamless whack, spirits follow her every crack. Is that facade, is that her fact, that grace these days, carrying a big extract? Or is she, that tooth fairy, perhaps, the one waiting to paint my world black? It's one of those poems you kind of have to meditate upon. And if you'd like me to go through it a little bit more and explain what I understand about it, I'll do that. Because some of the stuff that seems like it doesn't make sense actually does. But that's true of all good poems. Some of the things you have to meditate upon and go, oh, I understand now. I will explain the first line, though, because I didn't understand that one myself. A distant time with a cistern plan. It is speaking of New Britannia, and I guess there is a quest, possibly a major one, in the game that talks about a plan to collect water against a drought, or because of a drought, and that's where that line comes from. Anyway, at some point, if Dick doesn't post or publish a book in game that we can collect, I'm going to possibly put it in a book or on a page that we can store here. I am so honored. If I am a little disturbed by the fact that he sees me as always carrying a big extract, I guess he's worried about his teeth. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's subconsciously worried about losing his teeth at a young age. And for some reason, the fact that I like to wear wings has tapped into that primal fear. I'm just not sure. And Samulet, of course, is the seamless cat, which is why Samulet had to be here when I read it. Yes, Sam, you were mentioned in a poem. Isn't that awesome? Alright, so we are on Chapter 4 of They Call Her Lady Warrior, by Sienna Denan, published by the Lady Raiders Publishing Company, Aslars Forest, Novia. Friend or foe? As we recall from last chapter, they were just jumped, I believe, by... Let's see if we can find that book. Just going to double check. Pretty sure they were just jumped by Ass Hattery. Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Sienna sat up gingerly, raising a hand to her splitting head. She found herself half propped against an old oak tree. There was no sign of Nick, nor the two ruffians they'd been fighting. What the blazes happened? Sienna asked aloud, still rubbing the knot on her head. You all right, miss? Sienna turned sharply, groaning as the world spun around for a moment, then settled her eyes on a guard standing a few feet away. He, too, was gingerly rubbing his head. You all right? He repeated, concern showing on his face. I think so, Sienna said, trying to stand. Did you see the men who were here? I saw 2 of them briefly. He smiled ruefully. They took a sword hilt to my head as soon as I walked up to them. When I woke up, you were the only one here, my lady. And by the looks of it, you took a sword hilt to the head as well. Unlikely, Sienna thought to herself. She had taken down her combatant and had turned to help Nick. As it turned out, he had already taken down his opponent as well. So, who hit her? She wondered. That only leaves... Nick. Beg pardon, miss? Nothing, good sir, nothing. I'm just a bit muddled right now. I hear you there, miss. Well, if you're sure you're all right, I gotta be off to make a report to my superiors. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. The guard made his way to the road and headed back towards Soultown, making a parting wave at Sienna as he went. As soon as he was out of earshot, Sienna exploded. Nick! You son of a whoring kobold! Whoa, little lady, is that any way to speak to your betrothed? Sienna whipped around, looking for the owner of that familiar voice. Nick? Where? Up here. Sienna looked up. Nick, trussed and dangling from a sturdy tree branch, swayed above her. Hello, he said, grinning. By the 4, how did you get up there? Well, I had some assistance. He squirmed a bit as the ropes cut into his wrists and ankles. A little help might be in order here, he said. No. No? Nick looked down at her in surprise. No, not until you tell me what happened. She glared up at him. Did you hit me? Hit you? My lady, I can't believe you'd even say such a thing. Hit you? Not if they held my feet in a fire and tore my tongue out. Not if they cut out my beating heart and fed it to a dragon. Hit you? Never. I am deeply wounded. You would even think such a thing. Sienna felt her anger begin to dissipate. But, he continued, just as she was about to smile. But, she said warily, I might have magicked you, just a little. Sienna's voice became brittle. You did what? Use magic on you? Just a little? Hardly worth mentioning at all, really. Just a little stun. His voice faded off. Sienna stood looking up at him, a stunned expression on her face. She felt her aching head again. Hardly a little stun. Why in the lady's name would you do that? She asked. Well, Nick said, I just wanted to keep you safe, and I, was afraid you'd try to get those men to take you to Rat's Nest, and, I told you it's just not safe there for someone like you, and, His voice trailed off as he saw the look in her eyes. Someone like me? Sienna said coldly. Well, I know you're an experienced swordswoman. I saw that with my own eyes. But, Sienna, you've led a protected life. I can tell. You were raised as a gentlewoman. You really don't know what men like that are. How little they care for human life. You just don't know. Sienna stared at Nick for a moment, her eyes clouded and seeming to look beyond the glade where she stood. Don't I, Nick? She said finally. She brushed the dust off her armor and then looked for her sword. Damn it! Did they take my sword? Afraid so, my lady. Mine too. Serves you right, she muttered to Nick. I'm heading into town to buy a new sword if I can find a decent one there. Then I'm afraid I have to be off. I have a couple of men to track. It was good seeing you, Nick. She started off towards town and heard Nick begin to sputter. Wait, Sienna! You're not going to leave me here, are you? You can't do that! Sienna whirled back to face him. Can't I? She asked with a smile. You will have to learn, Nick, that while I accept your friendship gladly, you have to get over this ridiculous idea that I need to be rescued. Not from those men and not from myself. I have a mission, something that drives me, and I will see it through to the end. If those men can help, I must speak with them. And if they can't, well, we'll see what happens when the time comes. But if you're going to be my friend, You'll have to learn to respect my decisions. She walked back partly towards the tree where Nick hung and smiled up at him. Someone will be along soon, I'm sure, to cut you down. This road gets lots of foot traffic, but I have to leave you there now so I can be sure you won't try to stop me again. Sienna, I promise. She stopped him with a look. Goodbye, Nick. For now, I'm sure we'll meet again someday. She threw him a wave over her shoulder as she walked back to Soultown proper. A small part of her felt guilty for leaving him hanging. You there, boy? She called to a child playing in the field. Yes, ma'am? Will you do me a favor, young man? Sienna asked, pulling a coin from the small purse hanging from her side. Odd, she thought, that her attackers didn't take it. Perhaps they were having too much fun hanging Nick. The thought brought another smile. She held out the coin. Here, this is yours if you wait 10 minutes and then go tell the guard that there's a man in a tree back there that needs help getting down. The young boy's eyes grew wide. A man in a tree? Yes, he somehow got himself hung up in the tree. So will you do that for me? Wait 10 minutes and then go inform the guard? The boy nodded his head vigorously and pocketed the coin. Sienna smiled at him and continued her walk. Boy, she called back over her shoulder, on second thought, make it 20 minutes, please. Yes, ma'am, I will. He grinned and ran off to see the man hanging in the tree. Sienna entered town and began looking for a weapons master. There was still much work to be done. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing where this story goes. And hello, White Flurry. Welcome to the stream. Well, thank you. I'm not sure about the second part, but the rest of it's good. Alright, so let's put this one on the shelf. I believe we still have 2 chapters left to read, and I'm sure the whole book, the whole story has not been yet written. We'll have to, once we get these first ones done, if I can get it to go, there we go. Once these first batch are done, we're going to have to wait for the next ones to be written. We'll be anxiously awaiting those, I'm sure. Alright. So, I think it is time to suit up and get ready to head out. You're your favorite streamer, I see. Well, there you go, okay. Then I understand the second part now. I also repaired my pine longbow because it was getting kind of beat up. And for those of you who don't know how that works, you take a repair kit and you just drag it onto the item that you want to repair. And then a box comes up and says, do you want to repair this? And you say, yes, please. And, oh, that's getting kind of, I guess, it started with 45, so it's not doing too bad, I guess. Considering how much I've been beat upon by Ass Hattery. So, let's go ahead and change to that, and I will put the dress in the bag here. And let's see, who are we going to have with us today? Smoker, or Samulet, I should say. You know what? Let's see if we can put Samulet in the house. I think you can. I think all you do is do this. No. I thought you could. Okay, if there's a way to do it, maybe you have to do something special. But I thought I accidentally did it, or almost did it one time. Yeah, I don't... It doesn't look like you can. Okay, never mind then. Not a thing that I can do at the moment. Well, let's have TikTok with this for a little bit. We haven't had TikTok run around with this at all yet. I don't know what sort of noises he'll make. I can't see him meowing. I love the tail. Look at how articulated it is. It's got all... So it waves pretty much as just the same as a... Well, an alive cat does. Alright. Bow abuse? What do you mean, bow abuse? Speaking of which... Oh, no, I'm holding it. I repaired it. All right. And you can see that on the mini map here, I put a few points on. Right now we can only put NPCs down, so I just set myself up as an NPC so you can see where the house is. You can't actually see my information, even though I click on it. Okay, yes, just cancel, thank you. So I'm not, I'm sure the names will come into play some other time, but you can actually, you enter the name of the NPC and then what kind, but there's no way to enter points of interest at the moment. Well, you gotta go do the worst thing ever, homework. Ah, White Flurry, you have my sympathy. But it is an important thing to do, so good for you for going to do it, and I hope to see you later. And Kiba, you thought that was a good book too. Awesome. Indeed. Sienna is a very, very good writer. So we'll have to listen for little clockworky noises from the cat. I'm curious what a meowing clockwork cat sounds like. Or a purring one. Well, the purring one probably sounds like clank, 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 clank. But oh, a little bit of lag. Just a little bit. Let's check up on how my cotton is doing. Okay, so it's still growing. Watered it last night. Looks like it's still watered. Oh. I wonder if these... I'll have to pay attention if we tend to get the hitching around those flames. Flames are usually pretty intensive on the poor old graphics CPU. Every time you hear clockwork, you think of clocks and gears. Well, you should. Because they're basically built the same way as clocks. They're just made to do different things. Look at those little eyes. I wonder if his eyes... I know they'll glow at night, but I wonder if they actually emit any light. That'd be pretty cool if you see these, like, the two little glowing cones of light going around with the cat. You know, like if it was on fog or something, that would look really weird and creepy. You know, like two little mini lighthouses in the fog that just happen to stay together for the same distance above the ground. And okay, so do I have arrows? Yes, I have arrows and a little bit of food. Wow, Tex, thank you very much for the host. I greatly appreciate that. And I have a couple of auto hosts as well. In fact, I have 3, Greater Raider Gamer WN and Open World Addict. So thanks. I'll probably should make a note of those so that I try to thank people who host me, auto host or otherwise, in Twitter, but I don't always do it because, well, I stream twice a day and sometimes I forget. And Kiba. There. Okay, I think I'm up to date. I have the list. Alrighty. How much money do I have? 960, huh? Right, I'll buy seeds later. I was contemplating whether I should purchase my seeds that I'll be using for my next round of testing, because I'm trying to get the testing done fairly soon, so I can give the devs their feedback, but we'll worry about that later. At some point when I'm running past a vendor and I know that I'm going to be heading back to the home pretty quick. for now, let's see if we can find some ass hattery on the road to harass. And I think we're going to head to a new area today. We're going to try to look for skeletons with bows, because I need those wood scraps. I did relist at a higher price that I'm willing to pay. But I obviously did not get any messages, or I would have shown them, saying that I'd sold some, or somebody had used one of my purchase order and fulfilled my wood scrap hopes and dreams. The prices right now in the economy look like they are all over the place. And I think that's partially for two reasons. I think we did have a problem with people who were botting and flooding the market with things, and those people have been banned and all their goods deleted. And there was other people that had ill-gotten gains removed as well. But the effects are still felt on the market. But that doesn't really... That might apply to the wood scrap as well, I'm not sure. But certainly cotton prices are all over there, all over the place, and some of the other stuff I looked at as well are also very odd price ranges. And part of it's because the economy is still so new, and I also think part might, and this is pure speculation on my part, but I did notice a trend that all the most highly priced stuff seemed to be listed by certain people. And I kept seeing the same few names over and over again when I was looking around a bit last night after the stream. So I think there might be some people who are either trying to push the prices up by doing that, or they're buying things that are being sold at lesser prices and relisting them. Which is something that people often do. And there's always debates about, is that a legit thing to do? Is it scummy? Well, the way I look at it is, I don't like the fact that they do that, but if they want to buy my lower price stuff and relist it at higher, well, they're the one that has to pay the higher listing fee. If the price is too high, they're the one that's not going to sell the item, and they're going to lose the listing fee. In the meanwhile, I've got the money that they paid for it, and I'm able to use it. So, you know, it's just... It's a practice that I'm not appreciative of, but it happens in real life as well. So it's not anything different. Okay, we have no asshats on the road. Oh, there's a wolf. That's a new one. We haven't seen that one before. Let's go get the wolf. Okay, so it's a yellow. The name was yellow. Let's see if it stays yellow. Interesting that it was not yellow, I think, before we came up to it. I'll have to pay attention to that, because if that's a thing, it means you can't really tell how hard the fight is going to be until... Oh, no, they're... Okay, if there's no yellow ones here, then we'll know that it's not anything to do with it. Hi. Because you're green, I'm not too worried about you. Is there any other closer? So we go. So I wonder if we got this scene because I was along the road, and if we'd gone into the boonies, if we would have gotten a different scene. We'll have to try to catch a bandit away from the road. Oh. Well, that's rude. Okay, so they're all green, so maybe yellow in the name might just mean they've noticed you and they're coming at you. Which you can kind of tell from the fact that they're already running at you, but... Maybe there's an alpha wolf, possibly Kiba. I'm kind of hoping there is, because the green ones aren't really... Oh, that one looks like it's green as well. This is 4 wolves. Just wondering if they're kind of around here like the bandits like to hang out. That's a 5th wolf. Fricasseed wolf. You'd think that would ruin the pelt, but I guess not. There's another one. So this is 6th wolf. And still greens. I'm going to turn off auto attack. I want to use fewer arrows. So is that 7? Whoops. Ignore his armor. And this one is just a range attack with bonus damage. Alright. So that... Oh, no, there's another one. So that's 7 wolves. Are you going to be the alpha wolf? I don't think so. Alright, so yes, the yellow must have meant... Oh, no, there's another one. So that's... What's that? 8? Is that the 8th wolf or the 7th? I've lost count. The yellow must mean that they've noticed you and not have anything to do with how difficult they are for you. Because we haven't seen any that are yellow, they've all been green. Oh, that's the 9th wolf. There we go. Probably green again. Come on. Interesting, he's trapped by the edge. I suppose I can get that one again. I'm practicing it. No, okay, that's it. So how is our pool one? We're at 25.8. Not listening to the cat. The cat was fed. Hi, cat. Are you going to go up on the shelf? You are. Alright, stuff. She's putting herself on the shelf. Ooh, okay. Let's get that. I know. Life sucks. Yeah, when you're old and creaky, I understand. Not quite there myself yet, but I'm sure I will be one day. Unfortunately, we will all be old and crotchety. Oh, there's another wolf. 9 wolves? Okay. So I have to use those more often too. When I'm chasing something. Awesome views. I do love the views in this world. Okay, so I was over here. Don't make sure I don't miss anything. And I have figured out how to sprint. I kind of knew it before, but I forgot. I didn't show it in stream at all. Basically, it's like Minecraft. You double tap the W, or the old Minecraft, I guess. And when you run, your focus drains. So you can only run so far. So double tap and W and hold it. I just got to remember to use it when I need to. Or when I can. Okay, so that is done. These don't have any cotton on them, so doesn't matter. Oh, no, no. We're not finished collecting the goods from the scene. In particular, those trees. I'm just looking for ores. Oh, there's another wolf. Nope. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Oops, missed. Dang it. Okay, why do I keep missing this guy? Okay, is he might be... Okay, I think it just wasn't showing me what had been going on. Huh. 10 wolves? And all of them green. They're moldy. They're moldy wolves. It's terrible. Who wants a moldy wolf pelt? Ah, well, maybe once I, clean it up a bit and disinfect it and scrape it, might be okay. Wow. Yeah, it looks like the map program doesn't work for these little scenes. The random encounters yet. My guess is they have to be rotated and adjusted to where they're situated. The information that's going into the whatever file that collects the data is incorrect. Because I get the same one every scene that I go into. The one that you currently see is the one... As far as it's concerned, we're off, like, down in this direction. Somewhere. I think you saw the cursor over there. Yep, you did. Alright, let's see if we got anything here. I'm really hoping to see a stag one again, because that should be the gold. Yes. The stag scene, apparently, can have silver in it. We didn't find that the first time round, so either they added it since, or I just missed it, which is also possible. Well, mind you, I looked around pretty thoroughly, but, So my comments about hoping that there was a scene that had silver, well, there is one. We just haven't seen it yet. So that's cool. Okay, so, oh, sorry. Try not to yawn in your ear. It must be the sun going down making me sleepy. Is that the moon or the sun? There. I think it might be a moon. I can already see the stars, so it's getting dark. Alright, do we have anything to gather here? No, I think we're done. I think we've gotten everything we can from here. Let's head out. Okay, let's not get distracted by the swamps. Ugh, very slow to move in. Okay, so let's head back to this direction and go to the area that I was been told I might be able to find skeletons with bows. So we'll check it out. I don't know if there is a scene, a two-skull scene that we can get to that actually has... Actually, it's not even here, is it not? No, we're actually in the very wrong place for this. We need to go back to Kingsport and head back to Novia. Try not to sneeze in your guys' ears. Which would be disgusting. Oh, what is it? Sneezing and yawning. I'm in terrible shape today. I'm sorry, guys. Alright. So I've been told that you can find skeletons in North Midmar and South Midmar Way. And that should be along this road. Although I'm looking for Ass Hattery on the hoof. On the way. So let's check out North Midmar first. No Ass Hattery? Aw. That's too bad. Early development temporarily based on another scene. I see. So even if we do find what we're looking for here, it may not be here for very long. Depending on when they do the scene. Alrighty. So it means whatever we learn here about how the lay of the land is really not going to last forever. Okay, so we've got wolves. We've got yellow wolves. Which we don't actually want, so as long as they're not attacking us, let's ignore them. Okay, okay, we've got a wolf. Oh, I figure I probably should mention, I turned off a lot of my crafting. I've just left the gathering. For now, I've set them all to maintain. And I'm going to work on one at a time now because this was draining too much, and I didn't like that. So I've just left the forestry because it's the one that was most important to me at this point in time. Right, probably ruins. Oh, that's why they were all congregated there. They were after a poor little rabbit. Okay. Oh. Oh. Yes, not seeing any ruins yet. That's a tree. Birch tree, I think. Yeah, there's birch trees here, so. That flash of white, not anything exciting. Alright, well, let's keep following the road. I guess we'll go this way. And try not to get too horribly lost on these winding pathways. Might not be able to see any ruins from the road anyway. Oh, you know what? I should have that on. I think I was heading this way. So I wonder if that... I know that this sun one works better during the day. I wonder if the rain matters as well. Of course, it's night and raining, but... some cotton over there. More wolves. Oh, I see some ruins. So the question is there anybody here with a bow? There's nobody here. There's a brown bear. Okay, what did I just do? I think I clicked off. Hang on, just a moment. Oh. Cute. Either that doesn't open or it's like in the other scenes where sometimes the timer isn't. I want to open that. What's in there? What was the bear guarding? I think that's the first chest we found in a place like this. Roving encounters, yes. Not this sort of thing. So now we know that's a thing. I want to open it. Dang it. Alright, we'll hang out here for another minute or so and see if we can get that open. There's another bear. And there's an exit. Let's get that one marked on the map. We'll probably make friends with the bear here too. Hi. How about you go away? That didn't work. You're too big to be blown back. No, you aren't. Okay, throat, now's not the time to start acting up. Okay, so either you have to do something to open it, the timer is broken, or it's a decorative chest that isn't functional yet. Not quite sure which. I really need to learn to read runic. There's actually flashcard games and stuff like that you can use to learn these. And there's some of them are linked in the player resources forum, which is pretty cool. But I haven't done any of those. Let's see if I can translate that from my one page that I do have. I've written down all the letters. Okay, so we have what looks like... Okay, I can't see it now. Looks like a B, and it's a B. So it starts with B, and the M I think is an E. No, that's the wrong one. Yeah, oh, it is an E. M-E. M-E-W? A? You are? Okay, that doesn't sound right. You are a? Well, it doesn't say exit. We know that. Because if it said exit, it would be a lot shorter. Okay, I'm going to check this chest again. Maybe those signs don't actually read anything useful. I don't know. Do they all say the same thing? Yes, they do. Okay, they're gibberish. If I'd noticed that they were all the same thing before, yeah. Okay, so we got a bear there. Alright, if there's skeletons here, there's not very many of them, and they're well hidden. Excuse me. Just wanted to pin that up the next time it shows up. Oh. What do we have here? If you're wondering why I'm hitting that, is it saves the map most of the time. So that if it crashes, we don't lose all of it. Oh. So it takes you to another... Oh, okay, I think we found the skeletons. And none of them have bows. Alright, zombies and okay, gotcha. So much die. You don't care about that, okay. Okay. Let's turn auto attack on. Okay, we got a few zombies that don't seem to care about the fact that, how about some sunlight? They are not paying attention to their leash if they have one. Okay. Ow. Oh, there we go. Okay. I mean, the money is nice, but we really are looking for bows, not heavy metal weapons. This is not the best time for that to happen. Okay, so let's do this. Like I said, not that we can currently look at that for some reason, and we don't have anything. Let's do another NPC here, so that we have that on the map for future use. And look at that. It went away. Dang it. I wish there was a save button. I don't think that's it. But I want to start hitting that just in case that's it. So they must be like remnants of some battle? And absolutely none of them, excuse me, seem to have, nope, 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 nope. None of them seem to have, bows, and that's hurting. Nor do they seem to care how far they are from where they're supposed to be. Well, I think we managed to get rid of the other ones. So they did care. Just took them a while. Ow. No, let's heal up some more. Huh, where'd they go? Okay. Hi. Have some sunlight. Yeah, see, we're almost getting overweight here already. And now we're officially overweight a little bit. Really? I'm just trying to have a look. Can I look at this now in peace and quiet? Thank you. A grave marker. Okay, so even though it goes green, you can't actually read them. I wonder if you could dig them up if you had a shovel. Not that I would dig them up, but just curious. Because then double-clicking on them if you have a shovel in your inventory might cause something to happen that you didn't intend to. Now, if you meant to dig them up, well, that's another thing. But I'm not a grave robber. Even if it looks like an ancient grave. Okay, there's 3 of them. Where'd the other 2 go? Not that I mind. Okay, let's heal up a bit before we retreat this way. How's the skill points doing, by the way? Going up. Okay, 0 bow guys. So I think we need to check out South Midmar Way and see if it has the bow skeletons. Because well, I appreciate... Oh, really? Get away from me. That didn't work. Look, do you mind? Okay. Okay, there is a west exit over here. Hopefully not too far away. I think it's over here. Hopefully the map will get saved this time around. There we go. I know at one point... Look. It's interesting how they can knock you back. Alright, anyway, as I was saying, at one point, with the map here, I did look up what R meant, but I did know what it was, but I totally forget. So I don't know. R doesn't really mean save to me, so that's why. But just turning this on and off, sometimes, see, look at that, it's gone again. Okay, I'll be glad when some of the glitches are fixed. For now, I think I'm not going to bother using this anymore. Because I think I've tested it sufficiently to say that it's a little too buggy to use. I'm constantly having to redo it, and even when I think I've saved it, I actually haven't. Does R reset it? Is that what the R means? I wonder if that's what I wasn't paying attention when I hit the R. Maybe it reset it. Anyway, at least we got that NPC pointer for North Midmar Way. But now we need to go back, dump off our stuff, and then we'll check out South Midmar Way. I know that we collected 2 shoddy bows yesterday, but that was from the skeletons on the road. It wasn't from a place that we could easily go back to. So that's my goal for today, is to try to find a place where even if there's only a few of them, I can at least collect shoddy bows so I can get wood scraps. Dang it. I just want to check while it's loading, check my stream notes. Okay, I did that. We did that. Okay, nothing else in the stream notes except remember to go to the Oracle. Alright, so we're here. I'm just going to buy the seeds that I was talking about. Some of them. I'm not be able to afford all of them. Novexo on Beam, hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? And why? And you actually said that some time ago. I am sorry that I did not see it. I missed it terribly. Alright, so I think we need 6 of these. Carrot, corn. This is going to get expensive, but I need these for my next test. So once we run out of money, lemon tree. No, I did lemon tree. Mandrake. The nightshade, I think I have the nightshade that I need. So I'll have to check. Onions. We need onions. Oops, I need 6 for my test. Peppers. I cannot remember if I need peppers. So I might have to check my list here in just a moment. I know I need these. I think I need the tomatoes and definitely the wheat. Oops. Okay, so that's going to cost $888 for my test. I mean, of course, we're going to get the goods from it as well, but... Alright, just give me a quick moment here. That is not what I meant to do. This is the one I want. Thank you. No, 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 stop, stop. Dang it. Stop. Thank you. Darn it. Alright, let me look at the list. Bananas. We have no bananas today. We need bananas. We need the carrots I'm already testing. We needed the corn, which I got. No, we did not need mandrake. Nightshade, like I said, I think I have enough nightshade. I'm going to buy one nightshade just in case. I think we might be one shy, so we'll buy one nightshade. Onion. And we don't need the peppers. I'm already testing those. I didn't put them in the list anyway, so that's fine. Small apple tree. The tea. And the wheat. So the tomatoes I do not need. Alright. There's all the... But I'm going to buy some more cotton. Because we're always going to need some more cotton. Okay. So now I'll be broke. Or close to it. Who needs money anyway? Oh, and... Why are you... You really have forgotten you're supposed to be on top, haven't you? Great. Try to put that in a place where it's covering up the least amount of chat. I always feel guilty when I don't see someone say hi. Politely say hi, not the ones that have an aneurysm if I haven't replied within 30 seconds. The polite ones that say hi and I don't notice them till like an hour later. And it's like, I'm sorry. I'm sure the peep went off, but I was probably doing something else at the time and I missed it. I'm sorry. But they're gone. They're not in chat anymore, so I can't apologize. Oh well. What can you do? Alright, so let's drop off the stuff that needs to be disassembled and our other goods, and then we'll take the seeds back home. How many seeds do we have, by the way? 2, 3, 6. We have 8. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do all those tests at once. I'm going to have to split them into 2 anyway. I don't have enough, unless I earn enough money to buy another planting bed that I can fit in there. I don't have enough planting bed space around the house, and I'm using the area that I'm having the community garden for growing things, so... Alright, animal hides. Let's see, crafting. No, so the seeds show up there too, which makes sense, because... Oh, I think that's our first bear carcass. Pristine brown bear head. The pristine ones are used for special things. That's all I know. I don't know what those special things are. I just know that I've gotten 2 pristine items and they aren't used in the regular recipes. So, or at least the spider leg, I can say that for certain. The The pristine spider leg is used for armor to apply dexterity or something like that. It does some special thing like that. I just noticed it in passing. I only have one spider leg, pristine spider leg, so I didn't pursue it beyond that. But I just thought I'd mention, if you get pristine things, hang on to them, because until you know what they're for, because they are good for something special. You don't see them very often. At least I don't, anyway. Alright, you can go there. And we're down. You should get some arrow. Oops. Get some arrows. So we'll grab 200 arrows. And oh yes, I made a few arrows. Off camera, I made those arrows that I was getting the bits for. I could not find any wood scrap for sale, so I ended up having to just use the main pieces of wood instead of stretching them by using the wood scraps. So, alas. Alright, so let's go drop off these seeds so I don't have them cluttering my inventory. It's an interesting plant. There's one over here too. So, are these the royal elderberries? I don't know what they look like. So, maybe that, maybe something else. And the cotton. Didn't expect it to have grown, but I figured we'd just stop by and peek at it. See how it's doing. So there's a toggle for walk and run, and I figured that out. It's numpad division, the slash. And sorry, I got something in my eye. Didn't belong there. Alright, where are we going? Ooh. Yawning, quit it. Obviously, I didn't get enough sleep last night. As if the yawning didn't give it away. Although, once in a while I'll yawn, and I did get enough sleep, so. And it's not related to boredom. I just, for some reason, my body's like, well, you probably are tired. You usually are, so here, have some yawns. I'm sure they'll be useful. I wonder if this dock is something that was placed by Sienna, or if it comes as part of the, come on. Can I get out of here? No. I have to go over here. I wonder if it comes as part of the pre-built town template. Because if it is something Sienna can move, I might see if I can... Yeah, I think it's part of the pre-built town template, because it's got a road there. Because I never use this dock, because I have to run so far away around, because we'd have to go across the covered bridge, come around this way, and then come across, and it just saves me 5 minutes of running if I just go across the water there. But it would be nice not to be swimming all the time. But, or be rich enough to afford a lot of recall scrolls, I guess. There's that too. Alright, let's check the nightshade seeds. Ah, I did remember right. We do have, oops, not seed eyes. We do, in fact, have that. So now we have 6. And now I also have 30 cottonseed, because I'm going to do another cottonseed planting pretty soon. Now that I know exactly how many waterings they need, which is the maximum. Corn plant seed, I guess I had an extra one of those. And twice now I've actually gotten an extra seed while harvesting. I got an extra lemon tree seed when I harvested the lemons last night, and a tea leaf seed. That's why I've got one extra of each of those. And these, I must have brought them here some other time, but they're not from harvesting. But I also have noticed the only time I get a seed is if I've done the maximum number of waterings. So that's a thing to keep in mind too. Alrighty, so I think we're all set to head out again. Yes, we are. We got a little bit of food. We're just using up the pumpkin that I made before we start using anything else. I mean, I swear, doesn't this look like it's meant to have some kind of bridge or something? Or a dock or something attached to this. But maybe it's just me. Let's try out the sprint. Try to remember to use that. So cool. So I can sprint fairly far. And let's see if it automatically goes off as soon as I run out of focus. Yes, it does. Pretty sure it would, but... And then focus starts to come back. Okay. I was just thinking about the map that wouldn't save. I wonder if it's because it's a template scene that's not customized yet. It's not the final scene. Perhaps that's why it's not saving. Just a thought. Because Aeslar's Forest is saved. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so North Midmarway has skeletons, but none with bows, so South Midmarway is our next port of call. And if it turns out it does not have any with bows there either, then I think... Actually, it's 22 already. And I will have to take my afternoon break in 20 minutes. So we might have time to check out South Midmar, but that's about it. So for this afternoon, this evening, if I get a chance before this evening stream starts, I will see if I can do a little research to see if anybody has any good ideas. I mean, we could check out Solus Bridge and look in town and see if there's any skeletons inside. I thought I saw one in there, but I can't remember if it had a bow or not. But the Solus Bridge is, well, it's too easy for us right... I went to the wrong place. It's too easy for us right now. Dang it. You know what? It might just be quicker to do this. Let's exit to menu. And then log back in on the map. And see if that puts us where we want to be. Instead of going through 2 more transitions, because let's just wait till it says that I'm done. That's 20 seconds. Save a little bit more time. There we go. Since I accidentally clicked on the wrong thing because I was too busy talking. That never happens. I swear that's the first time ever. I totally didn't do this multiple times last night. Okay, good. It did put us where I hoped. Okay. South Midmar way it is. Unless we find some ass hattery on the road to entertain us. So, there's some ass hattery. This one is not a red sash bandit, so it's a different one. And let's see if we can get them to run off the road. And see if we can get a scene that's a different one. Of course, then I won't know if it's because it's a bandit or because they're off the road. But let's go over here. They should see us. They're green right now. Let's see if their name changes to yellow when they notice us. Hello? Here, yep, it changed to yellow. Alright, so we're taking them into the woods. No, it still says Forest Road Encounter, even though we're inside the forest. So it is based on the roving encounter and not where you encounter them. Yeah, it's still a road. Different place. It's a different place, but these are different bandits too. So... Go away. Okay, don't go that way. Get more ass hattery. Okay, now we got another one. Down to 2. Let's try that. Alright, is that it? Alright, let's turn it off briefly while we figure out. So we're... None of these bandits ever use bows, you know? Notice that? Okay. Let's turn that on. Once my focus is back, we'll have a look. Ooh, that's interesting. We'll have a look around and see if we can find see if we can find the exit. Okay, so the exit is way over here. Okay, so that's the south exit. I think we can turn this back on. Yeah, let's put auto attack on. And this would be the north exit. Okay, so that's it. It's actually not as big of a scene as I thought. Let's not make a scene. Now let's see what we can find in this new scene that I'm not familiar with. Obviously trees, which I approve of. I'm surprised there was... There's got to be a little bandit area if it follows the same sort of pattern as the other one. Place with a chest and a few more ass hats that need to be shot in the face. Or in the knee. No, I'm not too picky. The face is a little quicker. Hello, rabbit. Now, I'm guessing we'll probably be able to find, like, garlic and nightshade kind of things here. At least I'm hoping. Don't know if we're going to find much in the way of ores, though. Well, so far... Okay, so we got these rocks over here, which might have ores. Ha! Here, have some of that. Would you like some of that too? There you go. Ah, too late for some more sun. I think it should be safe for TikTok to come out. Well, now we know where they hide. Yes, indeedly they do. And we'll have to wait for that to become available. Indeedly, did I say that? Slap me now. There's something wrong with me. I've never said indeedly in my life. Now I've said it 3 times. Ooh, beetle carapace. Awesome. Are you ready yet? Can I have you? No. Okay. Maybe there's some more bandits somewhere. Alright, so far, not seen... No, there's... Is that silver? Have we found our first silver? We have. Now we know what silver looks like. No wonder if it was in that stag scene that we were in 2 days ago, or 2 streams ago. 2 days of streaming. 4 streams ago. No wonder I missed it. It looks very much like the rocks. But now we know what it looks like. And I also know that there's at least one more scene with silver in it. Awesome. Because the skeleton scene and the red sash bandit scenes have gold, and the regular bandits, and purportedly, although I haven't personally seen it yet, purportedly the stag scene has silver. So awesome. Now, one silver. The red bandit scene and the skeleton scene has up to 4 nodes of gold, which means there might be 4 nodes of silver in here, if we're lucky. That would be nice. Because I want to make some silver candelabra. Candelabra? Yeah, I think it's candelabra. I need 3 silver bars to make the big one, and 2 silver bars to make the small one. And of course, we also want it much later for doing masterworking of things, bows. But that's not for a long time in the future. Okay, let's go back to the entrance and be a little methodical. So we found 1 servo node on this side. Oh, let me check the chest again. I'm not distracted at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, can I open you now? No, I can't. Dang it. What is it with the chests today that I can't open? I mean, I want my 1 piece of sulfurous ash, please. That's currently the only place I can find it. I'm sure it's... Actually, I shouldn't say I'm sure. I hope that you can get it from critters. Like you can get corpse wax from critters. Which means... because I want to be able to make focus and health potions for practice here. Hello, rabbit. You better run. Okay, well, I don't know if I'm just missing them, or if there is nothing but the cotton and the wood and the occasional node. Oh, there's the silver. There's another silver. That's 2. You can't open chests in combat mode. Really? I could have sworn that I was able to open them before in combat mode, but we will go over there and try. Once I finish looking around. So that's... Oh. Is that something? No. You're probably right, Patsuru. It's not something I'd obviously noticed. More trees. Okay, so we've got another... Oh, there's the 3rd one. That's why we couldn't open the chest where the bear was. Oh well. We'll never know what that bear was protecting. And we could have known. That will bug me. That'll bug me because I could have known. Okay. No, I haven't seen anything on the ground except for the cotton bushes. So I wonder if you tend to find... okay, so with the skeleton one, you found the nightshades. Or a little bit of nightshade in the circle. But we haven't found a scene... Or did we find Mandrake in the stag scene? I can't remember. I know we found clay there. Just trying to think if there's any scene, roving encounter scene, where we have found Mandrake. There might have been one in the skeleton ruins, but I honestly can't remember for certain now. Okay, so I think we've gotten everything here. So we got 3 silver nodes. So it looks like it might follow the same plan of 1, 2. Okay, so it's green. Let's go back into combat mode. Aha! You're quite right, Patsuru. Thank you very much. Don't know why I didn't notice that before. Come on. And it's empty. Well, that sucks. Dang it. Alright. Well, we are finished here, I think. Oh, almost missed that tree. So hopefully I didn't miss any other trees. I'm going to look here. Don't see any more red in the treetops there. That I noticed anyway. There we are. But in any case, we need to end the stream for this afternoon. I have a couple minutes left, so let's see if we can get back to Central Brittany. Awesome. I'm so glad we found a place for silver where I know for a fact there's silver. Now I just gotta find it a few more times so I can start making more light sources for the house. Because it's too dark in there. Especially the basement. You go in there and it's just like a typical basement. It is pitch black. It's like, oh my god. I can't see anything. I even put a light, one candelabra down there and it's just, yeah, does not provide enough light. We can make torches for the walls. I do need to buy some torches in order to make them. Because I make the holder and you have to have the torch to put in the holder. There we go. So the next time I see torches, I have to remember to actually buy them. I had 2 in the bank, but I destroyed them because I thought, I'm not going to use those. I got a spell. Gives me light. Yeah. Should have followed my rule of don't throw anything away. Dang it. And by the way, Patsuru, hello! Welcome to the stream, which is ending. But you know. Right, so I'll be back in 2 hours with more of Shroud of the Avatar. And we will continue our search for more shoddy bows and a reliable source from which to acquire them. Because right now we do not have that. And I don't believe I have any harvesting, testing kind of thing to do on stream for this evening, so that's good. We got the seeds, so I'm all set. I'm going to plant them after the end of the stream at about midnight, so that I can kind of not do it right around streaming time when I'm doing the waterings. Anyway, enough muttering. I'm just passing time here so that we can get here. Alright, so let's light, cat. Here we go. And I will tell you guys goodbye for now. I will see you in a couple hours, and if I don't see you, you have a great evening. See you later. Bye.